penny. And this is the problem I'm talking about. Every once in a while, I get two pennies to try to go through at the same time. So I have to clear it out. Alright. Another thing I thought people might find interesting is I got this at a store called Harbor Freight up by my place here. It's a tool store, and it's a scale that can measure as small as a gram, and it's great for weighing pennies. What I do is I'll stick the pennies in the red cup on it, and I've got it written down here somewhere. It's something like 495 pennies equals $2. So I do that, and I stick them in the bag to take back to the bank. I measure them $2 worth at a time. I can usually I'll sit here and count the pennies or weigh them while I'm feeding them in here. So by the time I'm done, I've got a bag full of pennies ready to take back, and I've got my box full of coppers. And actually what I do is I take the ones out of this box here. Let's see, I got more that got stuck in there again. Alright, so let's see, this was one of my redos. What I'll do is after I get the copper and the zinc separated, I'll run the coppers through a second time, and that's the coppers right there. This is the zincs on this side, and yeah, I wish it was always like that. This is probably about $10–15 worth of pennies right here. The ratio out here is like 5 or 1 copper penny to every 5 pennies sorted. So I run them through a second time, and I think that weeds out all of them. But what I do is usually when I run them through a second time, I don't do it like I just did. I'll put them in by hand so I can check them for the wheat pennies. And I don't know, I think here was last night's $25 box worth. What did I get? Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9 wheat pennies there. So I haven't checked the dates on them yet to see what the value is, but as I understand, some of them are worth quite a bit. Now what I've done is, in the last video I had the dimmer switch. I got rid of the dimmer switch, and I put Scotch tape, you can see it, over all the holes except for 2. To slow it down. I could speed it up, but then I just get more of the 2 of them going through, and it gets stuck. And here's the other side. I was thinking of trying to make one of these originally, and I had a bucket that I drilled a hole in, and then I saw this one at Office Depot for it was like around $15, and I was thinking, I'll just buy this. That's ridiculous to spend any time trying to make something when I could buy one for so cheap. And then I'll probably end up breaking it, but they're so cheap I'll just keep replacing them. It'll be a lot cheaper than buying I believe they're called the Rydell copper penny sorter. So that's my video. Oh, and I wanted to show you the improvement that I made was the copper pipe. I noticed that the pennies come out of this in the same direction each time. Out of the hole, and so what I did is I flattened out one side of the pipe, and that way they kind of ride down the pipe, and conveniently as I pounded the one side, it came up with this curve, which I was trying to figure out before starting how I was going to make a curve, and it just did it for me. So here's this end. And this end I spread out a little bit to make the opening bigger like a funnel, and then I dremeled the outside of it. So the inside is wider in the opening, but the outside is actually skinnier so that it can feed the pennies and fit inside the machine better. I had them get stuck, and I made the mistake of taking it and tapping it on my hand, and that wasn't a good idea because the end of this is pretty sharp. Won't do that again. Luckily, I didn't cut myself. So that's my setup. Any suggestions anybody's got or any questions? Feel free to contact me. Thanks.